Today we bring you a live update on Martin Luther and the German Reformation. In case you missed our previous reports, Luther has focused on studying the Bible and has found some inconsistencies between the teachings of the scriptures and those of the Catholic Church. Him and his followers especially despise the immoral practices of the clergy, such as pluralism and absenteeism. Luther thus formed the priesthood of all believers, which promotes faith alone, grace alone, scripture alone. He also condemns indulgences, since they are not discussed in the Bible, yet Pope Leo X authorized the sale of indulgences, so Luther wrote the 95 Theses, which denounced this act. In response, the Pope mailed him a letter threatening excommunication, and Luther burned the letter. We are now live at the Diet of Worms. This delicious and nutritious fat-burning diet is sure to get rid of all of that unwanted belly fat. Correction, this is an imperial diet, which is a meeting of the politicians.
Luther, you must take back your opinions against the church, or else you will be outlawed.
Unless I am convinced by scripture and plain reason, I cannot and I will not recant anything.
For this reason, we forbid anyone to defend or favor Martin Luther. On the contrary, we want him to be apprehended and punished as a notorious heretic.
Although it seems like things are not looking good for Martin Luther, we got a tip that Frederick of Saxony is protecting Luther from those out to get him. Frederick is a supporter of Luther's philosophies, which is not surprising because Luther and his notions have dramatically increased in popularity. Humanists appreciate his views because they affirm the humanist proposition to follow your own beliefs instead of just going along with tradition. Politicians also value his principles because they undermine the power of people like the Holy Roman Emperor. Furthermore, Luther has the advantage of mass communication through the printing press, which has helped his ideologies spread quickly. Stay frosty, people.
Let's take a look at some modern warfare. I'll turn it over to Jerry, who can tell us about the weather in France.
Hey, Ron, it's a real dreary day here in eastern France. As you can see, this downpour is creating some dangerous trench conditions for the fighters. Observed in the back, we can see how the muddy conditions are preventing the Germans from traveling across no man's land without slipping. On the other hand, the French are having similar problems. Over 1 million Frenchmen have already fallen as a result of this war, both literally and figuratively. On the German side, over 2 million soldiers have fallen as a result of this nasty war. This war is the first of its kind to ever be fought. Some say this could be the war to end all other wars.
Hey, you can't be here!
Jerry, what is happening?
Ron, it seems that this is a war zone. Apparently filming here is considered dangerous. I'm being told that I could possibly be hit with this new warfare technology. The machine gun apparently can fire off 400 rounds a minute. I could get hit by one of these bullets. Who the heck let me come here? I'm a star! Burgundy, get me out of here. This place is frickin' dangerous. This better not be like that time we took a shortcut and had to fight the evening news team.
999!
Die, you German scum!
Hey Jerry, that doesn't sound like a Frenchman to me.
Well, Ron, you have to realize this really is a true world war. The Allies contain the United Kingdom, France, Australia, United States. While on the other hand, the Central Powers included Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, the German Empire, and the Ottoman Empire. This place sucks. Each side barely moves a couple hundred yards each day. This is so useless. I'm Mountie. I don't get paid enough for this job.
Well, looks like that's all for today. Signing off as Ron Burgundy. Tune into my next segment. Stay frosty, people.
Here we are, folks, on the brink of scientific discovery. The people who we have here with us today are out of this world, literally. Here we have Copernicus to discuss with us his new model of the solar system. Give it up for Copernicus!
Thanks, guys, for having me. It's called heliocentric. It means that all the planets rotate around the sun. Let's get hashtag HelloHeliocentric trending on Twitter. Anyone who thinks the geocentric system is the correct one can kiss mine.
That's enough, thank you.
Who even are you?
I'm Isaac Newton, duh. Not to be mistaken for Fig Newton, my brother. I'm the father of physics and gravity. You should pick up my book sometimes at Barnes & Noble, Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy. It's a great read. It really goes into detail about my universal law of gravitation.
I think that's enough. Thanks, Isaac. We have more special guests here with us today. Introducing Tycho Brahe, Johann Kepler, and Galileo Galilei. Tell us about yourselves.
I'm Tycho. Although I'm not a model, I have one. It's called the Tychonic model that shows how the moon and sun revolved around the Earth.
At me next time, Tico. Hashtag hello heliocentric.
I also have a pet moose, a gold nose, and an explosive bladder.
Thanks for sharing, Tycho. I'm Johann Kepler. Copernicus, OMG, I am so excited to be in the same room as you. I'm such a huge fan of hashtag hello heliocentric. I retweeted your last. Anyways, I used your data, Tycho, to find out that planets move in an elliptical shape around the sun. Cool, dude.
So I don't mean to interrupt, but I need to go back to my house or else ASAP before the cops come. I'm Galileo Galilei, and I've done a lot of stuff, but most recently I was convicted of heresy. I better go.
Good thinking, Galileo. That's all the time we have for today.
Hi, I'm the street peasant specialist, and I'm here to inform humankind about the dangers of the Black Plague. In order to fully evaluate its effect, me and my co-host will discuss this plague with street peasants. Hi, it's great to be here, Gabby. Looking forward to hitting the streets for some info. Oh, look! I see a street peasant now! Let's go talk to it! So, it's my understanding that the plague has a very high mortality rate. Is this correct?
Yes, this is correct. This type of disease thrives in the filthy conditions of this area.
Ew! Oh look, there's another one! Hi! So, what do you think is the reason for this plague's existence?
It's those darn Europeans. They come over here importing their fancy goods, and what do you know? They import rats to spread the disease to us.
Fascinating. Oh look! There's another peasant!
My buddy here is one of the victims of the gosh darn awful plague. We're all very sad.
LOL, I guess this just proves the high mortality rates, am I right? See you next time when we discuss the Spanish flu.
Good morning. We are here today with former Jacobin leader Maximilien Robespierre. He has been the mind behind the reign of terror we have lived through, and tomorrow is the day he will perish by the act of his very own methods, the rightful guillotine.
Hello, we are at the Hotel de Ville, and Robespierre has agreed to speak with us. You have created a time of terror for us all. Why did you do this to the people, to your beloved country?
I wanted to make France great again. France was supposed to be the Republic of Virtue, the land of peaceful enjoyment of liberty and equality, the reign of that eternal justice whose laws are engraved not in stone and marble, but in the hearts of all men, even in the heart of the slave who forgets them or of the tyrant who disowns them.
Your opponents say you're quite the megalomaniac. There are claims that you have made the French Church of the State yours, that you are now, simply put, God. Is this true?
I'm no god, I just consider myself a good businessman. I just want to create more jobs.
You have killed an innumerous amount of people. At least 27,000 were executed by your guillotine. In less than a year. Do you regret your murderous spree, especially with what your enemies have awaiting for you?
I think apologizing is a great thing, but you have to be wrong. I will absolutely apologize sometime in the hopefully distant future if I'm ever wrong.
Okay, but I don't believe you have a very distant future. You have already thought of taking your own life by shooting yourself in the mouth,
I
correct?
don't know what you're talking about. This broken jaw is definitely not because of me. No.
Okay, what are your thoughts about the new revolutionary group, the Girondins?
We should have built a wall, we should have had a border, and in that wall we should have had a big fat door where people can live in the country, but with the understanding that everybody is equal. Girondins are not like that. No, they do not preach equality. They just care about themselves. They don't care about the common people. They don't care about the poor. We mountains do. We mountains like the petty bourgeoisie, the sans-culottes, the people that deserve everything but don't get anything. But guess who doesn't respect them? Guess who doesn't care for them? The Girondins. They're losers. They are. Ugh.
Well, we thank you for your opinions, your last words, and your presence. Best of luck in escaping your execution, although the convention will get you.
Welcome back to our broadcast. We're here in Vienna to cover the events of the Congress of Vienna, which has been called by Austria's Foreign Minister Prince Metternich. The four great powers, left over from the Sixth Coalition against Napoleon, are here to discuss what a post-Napoleonic Europe might look like. Talks here are primarily led by Prince Metternich of Austria, but other key participants are Great Britain's Viscount Castlereagh, France's Foreign Minister Talleyrand, Russia's Alexander I, and Prussia's Prince Hardenberg. Each country has sent their best statesmen to this eminently important conference, and earlier today we spoke to the four great powers to find out what they hope to achieve from this conference.
Primarily, everyone here is concerned about the emergence of another strong France, and to prevent that, we'll need to create strong border states. Prussia needs more territory to have some more leverage, so we'll be looking for those opportunities.
We are all here looking for the same goal, to create stability in Europe. But we are also looking to gain some of Poland. It looks like we might do so, even though the other powers don't want us to.
We, too, are looking for a restoration of the status quo in continental European politics. The Russo-Prussian alliance threatens this, but we are also going to keep Prussia from unifying by keeping some of Napoleon's kingdoms in place, like Bavaria and Württemberg.
What we really need is a balance of power between all of these states. The rapid rise of Napoleon was a failure of this balance. This is crucial in keeping European peace. We need a political landscape where everyone shares power and no one can dominate over the other.
As you can see, stakes are pretty high here in Vienna. One hopes that this will begin an era of active peacekeeping in Europe after these tumultuous decades under Napoleonic rule.